Just looks good.
All right, boom, we're live.
Boom.
Episode 83.
You're live for 16 minutes.
Yeah, kind of just let it go down, play some ads, whatever. Do the countdown, go smoke a little bit.
Yeah. I'm vibing now.
What's going on, man?
Another day, another dollar, bro. We're about to hit these bets. We're 3 for 4, I think. I don't
four
think.
or five.
I don't.
So we hit 267. We hit the double with 267 and 268. We didn't do 269, and we hit 270. So we're technically 3 of 4, but we were also perfect on 266 that we just didn't put bets on.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Technically 3 of 4. UFC 271 right around the corner. It's going to be this Saturday, February 12th.
I already got $95 on it. I'm gonna say I got a unit.
Mm-hmm.
I got a unit on it. I might put 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
Possible 3 more units.
Yeah, I'm thinking
There's
3.
a lot of bets that I want to make, so I might go tonight. Think about some overnight. Go back and forth in my head. Place more tomorrow. Or Saturday, either or.
Nice.
And then I'll be content because there's too many the over-unders are interesting this card.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
Usually I'm not interested in them.
No, this is a pretty good card for name value, and not only that, but there's not a whole lot of even fights. That's what kind of separates this. There's not a whole lot of...
Well, the Cannonier Brunson one's pretty fucking close.
Well, I don't mean just, like, name value as far as we don't know who's going to win, but as far as the odds go, like, it's not a whole lot of minus 110s.
No, you're right about that.
So, yeah, UFC 271's right around the corner. We're going to be live streaming starting around 9 or 10 o'clock. We're going to go all the way through till the main event, 1 a.m., which is the sequel to Adesanya versus Whitaker, the biggest Oceania rivalry in UFC history.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely. Whitaker from Australia.
Yeah, the Australian rivalry.
And Adesanya versus New Zealand. From New Zealand, I should say. Mm. And it's going to be... Dude, I'm pumped for that fight. It's still... I mean, I got Adesanya. I'm really pretty sure he's going to win, but I think that it could go either way.
So 3 weeks ago, you had Whitaker.
3 weeks ago, I was...
If we're going to get the full picture.
Right.
But you just can't overthink it, I don't think. Like...
I
agree
with you, and I think we do better when we don't overthink it. But at the same time, I have these inclinations, and I mean, especially for the main events when you know them a month out.
Big word.
Thanks. You know the fight that you're really going to be focused on for this one. I mean, there's a couple in this card for sure.
Yeah.
But Adesanya Whitaker has been the big one for a while, and like, to be honest with you, when we first started this podcast, when we first started betting. The first card we bet on and did well was Whitaker Till.
Yeah,
and ever since then, Whitaker, I mean, he's on a 3-fight win streak. His only loss in 7 years, and his only loss ever at middleweight, is Adesanya.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's
Whitaker's
like, it's
really fucking good.
But
Adesanya is just up there.
You always see those great fighters, they have this one opponent that they just can't get over. You know what I mean? Like, they could fight 3, or he could fight him another time. Obviously, they're both super young. I don't see Adesanya moving up in weight class again or moving down. What's Whitaker? Whitaker's not going to move down.
Yeah, no, Whitaker's super comfortable at middleweight ever since, because he started at welterweight. He was Ultimate Fighter winner or runner-up at welterweight.
Yeah.
And then he got dropped by somebody and just made the switch to middleweight. And I'm pretty sure he's like 11-1 at middleweight. 10-1 maybe.
Yeah. Only lost Adesanya.
And his last 3 wins are, I mean, Darren Till's fallen down, but mostly due to he just hasn't fought. Darren Till's still solid.
Yeah.
His win against Cannonier is huge, and then he had a big win against Gastelum.
Yeah. So you're not going to be shocked if Adesanya loses?
No, I'm not going to be shocked.
I'm not going to be shocked.
I will be more shocked if he loses than I would be if Whitaker loses. I think that Adesanya's going to win. I think the big thing about this fight is that... have you watched any of the embedded series? They do embedded series before every single pay-per-view. They do, like, just highlights and interviews and stuff with both of the main fighters.
Yeah. No, I haven't.
Whitaker's talked about how he's a little bit like Derek Lewis thing. The issue that we will be bringing up with when we talk about the co-main. The first fight was in Australia, and it was marketed the biggest fight in Australian history, and there was 70,000 people. It's still like the second highest number of fans at the event in UFC history.
And it's in Australia?
Because it was in Australia, the first fight.
Okay.
And so Whitaker said that he had like this huge pressure on him, and he didn't come in the right way, and he got fucked up.
Yeah, it sounds like Derek Lewis.
It does sound right, and I mean, it is an excuse, but it seems like a valid excuse because of the gargantuan.
He got beat though, like he straight up got beat.
Right, and here's my thing about this. Whitaker is a really good boxer. He really is. He has great distance. He has really good lead hooks and jabs.
Mm-hmm.
But he's gonna have to wrestle if he has any hope of beating Adesanya, especially if he like wants to go to a decision, because I don't know how he's gonna finish Adesanya. I don't think he taps Adesanya. So he's looking for a decision.
He could tap him. You could tap him.
I don't know, man.
Is Adesanya not?
Adesanya's never been tapped.
Yeah, but he's not really been on the ground.
Right, his only loss was against Blachowicz, and Blachowicz just dominated him on the ground. But he just like held him there and ground and pounded him. Blachowicz isn't a jiu-jitsu expert anyway.
Yeah.
But Whitaker does have good jiu-jitsu. And in the Embedded series, he talked about how he's brought in, I think it's Jimmy Roach. This world-class boxing trainer he brought to his gym. He brought
Jimmy Roach, it's Manny Pacquiao's, isn't it?
Might be. He's a famous boxing head coach that Whitaker brought in. He's old enough.
We might have just butchered the shit out of that, and we look bad. I'm not sure.
I'll look it up on the next break. It's Jimmy something, though, because I watched the Embedded series the other day. And he brought in a jiu-jitsu expert, and he said that he feels in the prime of his life, which, of course, you're going to say before every fight. And he's more well-rounded than he's ever been, which I think is a really good thing. Because if Whitaker can take this fight to the ground, Whitaker's going to win. If Whitaker stands this whole fight, Whitaker's going to lose. Yeah. It's pretty... you never want to say that's how a fight's going to go down, because, of course, you never know. But it seems pretty black and white to me.
Yeah, agreed. I think... This is how I think the fight's going to go down. I think Adesanya is just going to stay composed. I do not see this fight going to a decision. I just do. I can't.
I don't either.
That'll shock me more than if Adesanya was to lose the fight, because how Adesanya's not letting him walk out.
And Adesanya's jacked too.
That's not how he fights, dude. That's not his whole persona. He's gonna go in there. He's either gonna punch the shit out of him or he's gonna kick the shit out of him. I think those front lead kicks are gonna have an effect, man. I think those front
leg kicks are gonna be huge.
The lower leg kick. Mm-hmm. He's not gonna be able to get enough power to even knock Adesanya out, let alone stumble him.
Adesanya's top 3 in the UFC in leg kicks, I would say. I would say,
yeah. In the division.
In the division, he's number 1. Yeah.
You know, with his Muay Thai background, it's everybody knows that. Yeah, I think he's gonna dominate that lead leg, and then Whitaker, he's not even gonna be able to get enough power to take him down. He's gonna have to use that leg to drive him down.
And I like what you said about the Muay Thai background too, because if Whitaker, if he shoots on Adesanya showed in the Blachowicz fight and in the Vettori fight.
He's got a good clinch.
He has an amazing clinch.
Yeah,
like that's part of the Muay Thai background. But in the Vettori match, in the Vettori fight, it really showed that if you shoot on Adesanya, his balance is really fucking good.
I forgot about that.
And he'll take it to the fence, and you won't be able to get shit on him.
He could not take him down, bro.
I think he took him down twice out of like 13 attempts, and Adesanya got up right after.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't see this going under, and I got Adesanya.
You see it going under.
I see it going under.
Yeah, I do too. That's the one that we've agreed on, at least for the last 2 weeks. Adesanya in the under 4.5.
What happened in the... I can't remember.
The Vettori fight?
Yeah.
Decision win. Adesanya won 49-47. 49-46.
Decision, huh?
Yeah, it was a decision. Vettori's tough as shit, though. Robert Whitaker is too.
Decision, huh? Decision, huh?
It was a decision.
Yeah.
The other thing is,
Vittori's not as good standing up as Whitaker. He don't have as much confidence as Whitaker has. Whitaker will stand up and bang.
Right, I agree with you. Which could be his downfall. Which probably would be his downfall.
Which I don't think he's gonna do as much.
I would guess not, man. Like you tried it in the first fight, it just didn't work. He got knocked out twice in that first fight. You ever seen the first fight? Have you watched like the whole thing?
I've seen the whole thing.
No,
We
Robert
watched
Whitaker
it.
was saved by the bell. Literally, like in the last 2 seconds of round 1, he got flatlined.
I remember that now.
Yeah.
I remember. Okay. It's coming
And
back.
then he
to
got
me.
back up. He was
The
fine when he
fog's
started.
clearing. You know.
So Adesanya basically knocked him out twice.
Yeah,
I
my
mean,
fucking neck hurts. So
Adesanya's going to hold the mental advantage over, I think, everybody he faces. I just think that's part of his game, and that's who he is.
bad. Yeah.
And I think that holds especially true in this matchup, especially when Whitaker gets in there and realizes, like, you can do all the boxing training you want, but Israel Adesanya is one of the best kickboxers on the planet.
You can't deny it. The
No,
Muay
you
Thai
really
background.
can't.
Let me tell you, that guy that he lost to in Muay Thai,
Alex
that's in the
Pereira.
USA's now.
He's fighting soon.
I called that shit
Yeah, you did.
a long ass time ago.
Where is that
A
fight?
long fucking time ago. I called that.
March 12th, Alex Pereira fights Bruno Silva.
And guess
That's
what?
a really good fight.
And, yeah, guess who we're hammering?
Pereira.
Yeah, I guarantee you we should bet the fucking deed.
Who did Bruno Silva just beat, though? Silva,
don't
he was
care.
a late entrant, and he beat the shit out of a guy, or
I
knocked
do
him
not-
out. Jordan Wright.
I do not care.
Which, actually, Jordan Wright isn't that great.
No, I do not care. He's going to flatline that guy. I would bet all your money KO Alex Pereira.
All right, well, let's stick with
I know, we're getting a little
271
off topic.
for right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Adesanya already.
Put the under on it.
I got the under over there.
Yes, we're putting the under on the pod bet.
Okay, so we got Adesanya in the under. Now,
You gotta write it.
Mm,
You gotta.
can I just do this?
Just erase
you want to
all
just
that.
you want to
for
just
right now.
underline Adesanya?
Yeah, because you don't want to write that.
Well, I already have him up on there. Might as well.
Well, we're doing the 4.5 too.
Right, but under, right?
Adesanya. Under 4.5.
Okay. All right, so the co-main event.
That was a long stretch.
Yeah.
Yes, I just saw my long ass arms.
So the co-main event is the heavyweight fight. Derek Lewis returns after his huge knockout in December against Chris Daukaus to fight Tai Tuivasa Bam Bam, who's on a 4-fight knockout streak of his own.
Mm-hmm.
This fight is in Houston,
back to
Texas. Derek Lewis's hometown.
Yes.
And we were talking about this before the podcast started, but Derek Lewis was in his second ever pay-per-view main event at UFC 265 against Cyril Gane, and Cyril Gane mopped the floor with Derek Lewis. It was
That's a style
as
matchup.
dominant as it gets.
That's a style matchup, mixed match.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the style is just.
You got a guy who's going for the hammer and a guy who has really great distance control and really well-rounded game.
Yeah,
Derek Lewis is never
great
gonna win that
MMA,
fight.
good takedown.
Even though I bet the shit out of Derek Lewis on that fight.
Yeah, and you live and learn.
So,
That's why we're betting on him now.
the thing I really wanted to get into for that, the reason I brought it up is because that fight was in Houston, Texas. And that fight was a huge draw for Lewis for that reason. And he came out afterwards, and he even came out the week before the fight in the interviews and press conferences and stuff, and said, like, it's a great honor for me to have the pay-per-view in Houston, but at the same time, it's a lot of pressure, and I got to make sure I go out and perform for these fans.
Yeah. He's also not the, just before you go on, he's also not the main event.
For this card.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is not as much pressure. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You're still in the main card, but you're not the main event, which
Right.
is
I
big difference.
I feel like he peeled the Band-Aid instead of yanking it off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he went in there just thinking about it so much, didn't really
Now-
think about Gane as much.
He don't really give a fuck.
And now he's going in
he has
like,
that good mindset on him. He don't
Alright.
care.
and at the very least, he's going to give them a show. Because
Yeah.
we know, with Tuivasa and Lewis, this is going to end by a knockout.
Tuivasa ain't gonna knock him out.
Tuivasa could knock him out. Tuivasa totally could knock him out.
I think Tuivasa needs to bring him to the ground, which Tuivasa could do.
Now,
Tuivasa's good leg kicks.
Is it interesting to say that I'm pretty positive, and I will double check this before I say it,
Okay.
But if you can think back to Derek Lewis, because he's been in a lot. He's been in the UFC a long time.
Long ass time, dude.
Right?
This is a long time
Since
coming for him. He gets
2014.
paid now. He really does.
2014. Derek Lewis has not been knocked out since 2015.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying it's not impossible.
Oh, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. He got knocked out by Mark Hunt in 2017.
Oh. Well, that's
2017 and
reasonable.
Junior Dos Santos in 2019.
Okay,
Okay, so he's actually been knocked out a little bit.
You're making me look bad
This
now.
is why I looked it up, because I didn't even think he did get knocked out. So, he got knocked out in 2019.
I would like to see
He got
the Junior
TKO'd
Dos
by
Santos
Cyril
fight.
Gane. That wasn't a knockout. He got TKO'd.
For a belt in Houston. Yeah, no.
Oh, man. Like,
Where's Tai Tuivasa from?
Hawaii?
Hawaii,
He's from
okay.
U.S.
Okay.
But, like, Tai Tuivasa totally could knock him out, dude. I know that
Yeah,
you
I agree. He could.
I know you love the fact that Tuivasa's been riding the streak, but it was, like, you said because he was on one fight left on his contract, and then Dana's been giving him these fights. Now that he's actually going against Derek Lewis, that's a pretty
different
big
game.
ask.
That's a different element.
Now, here's something else I would say. When you talk about the all-time great knockout artist in UFC history, you talk about Derek Lewis.
He is.
You talk about Francis Ngannou. You talk about Mark Hunt.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Talk about Mark Hunt.
Chuck Liddell.
Chuck Liddell. Heavyweight specifically.
Yeah.
So Derek Lewis got knocked out by Mark Hunt. I would argue,
Same
and
body.
he did beat Francis Ngannou, but that was right after the Miocic fight. That fight has kind of an asterisk on it. I would say that Tai Tuivasa is the biggest hitter he's fought since Mark Hunt, with his ability to knock him out.
More than Junior Dos Santos.
Yeah, because that's Dos Santos in 2019. He did get the TKO win,
Yeah.
but Dos Santos was already 39 by that time.
I mean, he fought Francis Ngannou and won.
I know. That's the fight with, like, the asterisk.
Yeah.
There was a total of 31 strikes thrown in that fight. In a 5-round fight. Yeah, right, exactly.
That's
You
so
got it.
boring.
There you go.
It's so boring. I mean,
Lewis's last 4 fights have been decided by a knockout, whether he won or lost. KO or TKO.
I'm thinking he beat Curtis Blades, and he can beat Tai Tuivasa. Because I hammered Curtis Blades, dude.
Right.
And this guy threw less than
I
10
did too.
punches. Slept him. I was not expecting that. Who's Tai Tuivasa fought?
Greg Hardy and Augusto Sakai.
2 fights ago, he wasn't even the guy. He fought a guy that's not even a UFC fighter.
Yeah, Harry Hunsucker's up there. He's
No.
not top
Oh.
15 ranked.
No, 2 fights ago, Greg Hardy.
Oh, Greg Hardy's a UFC fighter now.
Oh, okay, yeah, so am I.
He's like,
So am I.
right, okay. Greg Hardy is not top 15 ranked, nor will he ever be, but he is a borderline guy. Dude.
He is, yeah.
He is. He has some power, and he has some cardio.
Yeah, I could knock him out. Augusta Sakai.
I think Derek Lewis will win, but I really don't want to bet on this fight because I just want to bet the under.
I don't like that.
I want to bet the under 1.5, dude. You think that you're gonna go 7.5 minutes of fights between these two motherfuckers and no one's gonna get knocked out? 7.5 minutes in Houston in the co-main event.
Yeah, I'd bet the under 1.5.
Yeah, I would,
but
dude.
it's not worth the sweat for -165. If
I
it was
think it is.
-130, no, it's not. It's not, because when it don't hit, you're gonna be pissed off. Bro, it's just, oh man, I don't know, man. It's just, I don't like betting unders and overs on the pod bet. Except if it's 5 rounds.
Right. Yeah, if you got like the Adesanya over under, that I get it could go to a decision, but I don't think it is. That under 4.5 is too tempting, man. It's way too tempting.
And it's the favorite, no?
I'm not sure. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Stay
Yeah.
tuned. Go check out fansonlysports.com. Go follow us on our Twitter page @complete_MMA,
I'm gonna look that up.
which I have right here on the banner. And go follow us on our YouTube page. If you want to go check out any of our previous episodes. We've been doing this for a solid fucking 20 weeks straight or something, so good shit on there.
Yeah.
We got to come up with a 100-episode special. We got to do, like, more special episodes. But when we get back, we're going to keep talking about UFC 271 coming out this Saturday, February 12th. We'll be live streaming about 9 or 10 p.m. all the way through the main event, so come check us out wherever you're watching now. Alright, and we're back. For some reason, this isn't letting me create a new window, but I thought what we could do real quick, because we can finish up talking about the 3 big fights,
Yep.
and then we can kind of just go over the rest of them, make our picks, kind of share them, and then talk about the fights as we go. But we do have a bunch to go through, so I want to kind of get that done separately. Tai Tuivasa versus Derek Lewis. We both think Lewis is going to win.
Yeah.
Are you going to take Derek Lewis? Are you going to actually... Because I think you already have a little bit, right?
I do. I have a lot on Derek Lewis, so if we didn't put him on the pod bet, I'm okay with it.
Right.
I did bet on the under 1.5 on one. So this is just. I'll say my pick. I got Derek Brunson, Adriel Adesanya under 4.5, Derek Lewis under 1.5. $10 to win $164.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't fucking bad.
No, it's not.
That ain't bad. Listen, I always say I say this. The pod bet is the bets that we are 100% guaranteed they're gonna hit.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's not a question in our mind they're gonna hit. So with that said, do we put Derek Lewis on the pod bet? You are the host of the... No? Okay.
I really don't think we do. And
then we don't do it.
When he wins, we're going to be pissed, but I'd rather it win.
But we're going to be safe.
Right.
Yeah.
We just got to make sure we have some other filler bets to go through.
Yeah, because he does have a good number, and we're probably not going to get... Well, no, we will get a better number with him.
Yeah,
but
under.
With this type of a fighter, we're not going to get a number like this with him. It's always going to be minus... Can I say it? Or
yeah, sure.
minus 300. That's what he's really going to be, minus 250. He's minus 190 now. I like that.
I don't even think that...
I would definitely... If not on the pod bet, I'd bet on him.
I might disagree. I think that we're going to get better numbers for Lewis in the future. I really do. I'm kind of surprised that this... I guess Tuivasa is a lot lower ranked. Like, Tuivasa is 11th right now, and Lewis is 3rd contender.
Yeah.
So it is a pretty big gap.
Yeah, but it also... Yeah.
Depends on who Lewis is going to get thrown into next, you know?
I hate betting on people that are minus 150, by the way. They just always lose. And Bobby Green is minus 150, bro. And they always lose.
All right, so finishing up, over-under Derek Lewis, Tuivasa, 1.5 rounds.
Is it 100% guaranteed? 100% guaranteed.
The under?
Host. Yes.
The under?
Like, you're not second guessing it.
Dude,
it's gonna
close.
hit.
Yeah. I think it's close to 100%.
Okay.
It's not 100% now. It's 91%.
We're gonna come back to that.
Okay, that's fine. Definite maybe.
Definite maybe.
Definite
dude.
maybe.
A 90% is worth betting on other bets, for sure. But the Adesanya one, you don't. We're not second guessing that shit.
Okay.
At all.
Middleweight division. Middleweight division's been hot lately.
Yeah.
We just saw Sean Strickland beat Jack Hermanson. Sean Strickland gets thrown into the top 5 of the rankings. I'm sorry, you can go on.
Yeah. Now, I just want to add before we move on, the under 4.5 is plus 110.
Mm-hmm.
The underdog.
Okay.
That's it.
So, the middleweight division main evented the fight night last week. It's main eventing the pay-per-view this week, and it's the 3rd fight from the top also. So, 3 huge middleweight fights happening in 2 weeks. Talking about Jared Cannonier versus Derek Brunson in a fight that, I mean, I got to be honest with you, I'm still Brunson. Mm-hmm. But, like, At first, I was 70-30 Derek Brunson, and now I'm like 55-45 Derek Brunson. You know, I've never wavered into saying, I usually go back and forth. Brunson, Cannonier, okay, Brunson. Mm-hmm. And I've stayed Brunson the whole time, but it is inching the fuck closer, dude. The more I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this, too, before the podcast. Like, I really think if Cannonier can stuff Brunson's takedowns, Cannonier's totally possible. He totally can do. Because Brunson wants to throw haymakers and take it down. And Cannonier showed against Gastelum and against Whitaker that he can stop takedowns.
Yeah.
And if Brunson cannot take Cannonier down, I think Cannonier wins in a fist fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
But, like...
I think Cannonier can knock him out.
I think that either of these guys can knock him out. I don't... It's a 3-round fight. I'm pretty sure both of these guys' last fight was a 5-round fight. Cannonier's last fight was against Gastelum.
Yeah.
Brunson's last fight was against Till.
Was it Till? Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So Brunson's last fight was definitely a 5-round fight. That was a main event against Darren Till, in which he subbed him in the 3rd round. Cannonier, his fight was also a 5-round fight, and it went all 5 rounds against Kelvin Gastelum.
Yeah. I mean, wow. I mean...
The fight between Gastelum and Cannonier was pretty close, and Brunson finished Darren Till. One of the only people ever to fucking choke out Darren Till.
Yeah, 41 punches thrown.
Took him down 3 times.
So... Oh, man. It's tough, man.
It is.
It's tough. Tough.
I like Brunson. I really do. I've never been a huge fan of Cannonier. He's good, but I honestly thought that he got thrown into the top 5 of the division really quickly. Like, really fucking quickly. He beat David Branch, which... Have you heard of David Branch? He beat Anderson Silva because Anderson Silva fucked up his leg. Yeah. And then he beat Hermanson, and he was thrown in the top 5 right away. Lost to Whitaker in a fight that I didn't think was that close. I think Whitaker kind of beat him pretty well. Yeah, it wasn't a slaughtering or anything.
No.
And then he beats Kelvin Gastelum. And I love Kelvin Gastelum, but everybody's beating Kelvin Gastelum.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
So...
He's a little bit of a draw.
Derek Brunson is the second best person Cannonier's faced, behind Whitaker. Mm-hmm. And we saw Cannonier get fucked up by Whitaker.
Yeah, and Brunson's kind of on a good run right
Brunson's
now.
He's on a 5-fight win streak.
Really good run right now. Making his way up. He's
on a 5-fight win streak.
I mean, Edmund Shabazian, good win. Ian Heinisch, good win.
Kevin Holland, decent win. He was the first person to stop Holland, though.
It's a good win because he took him down 6 times.
Right. Derek Brunson has...
The Darren Till is I think
Brunson
Kevin
has 19 takedowns in his last 5 fights.
The Kevin Holland fight's more impressive than the Darren Till fight. But
I don't know if I'd say that because Kevin Holland was known to not have any wrestling defense. It's like why we have not seen him in a while because he's just been training wrestling.
Kevin Holland was on a tear, bro.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he fucking was.
That's what I'm saying.
Remember that knockout of Jacare off his back?
Off his back?
That shit was sick.
Jacare's got a chin, not a good chin.
No, he doesn't. Jacare retired.
Yeah. So, 100% guaranteed is Derek Brunson going to win?
No.
No.
No, it's not. It's not.
So this pod bet's looking grim.
If we're just going 100%, this could be over quick. All right, so we have. I'm gonna keep the pod bet here. We have Adesanya, and we have Adesanya under 4.5.
Plus 185.
We might have to throw the under for Louis Tuvasa.
Yeah, I agree. So under 1.5 for Louis Tuvasa. All right, we're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting there.
All right, now we can kind of talk about the rest of the fights. There is a couple others that we could throw on there. Kyler Phillips versus Marcelo Rojo. Kyler Phillips is the favorite. Heavy favorite. The under 2.5 is the favorite as well. Now, I have here one of my first picks that we did last week, the over down. So that's not 100%. I don't know any.
This is all you.
Okay, both of these guys have gone to decisions lately. I don't think Kyler Phillips has been in the UFC less time. He's only like 26, but both of his fights went to a decision.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the bantamweight division, which automatically makes me think, okay, this probably is going to be a decision.
Mm-hmm.
So I like the decision, but it's not 100%. That's one that I can see myself adding on to bets at the end, not on the pod bet, but it's one to definitely keep an eye on.
Yeah.
And I like Kyler Phillips. He's a huge favorite, so I don't know if he's worth the sweat. I don't think he's worth the sweat, but that's my
Amanda
pick.
Nunes wasn't.
I'm sticking to it.
Yeah. Amanda
Yeah,
Nunes.
the guy who put $350K on Amanda Nunes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Wow, that is a fuck.
last fight of the
That
main
is such a fuck up.
last fight of the main card is Bobby Green versus Nasrat Haqparast. Nasrat Haqparast is a younger guy trying to make his way in the lightweight division. Bobby Green is one of the oldest in the division, and he's trying to really make like a second coming. He knocked out Ali Aquinta in his last fight, I think in UFC 268, in a really good showing. First round knockout, and Ali Aquinta's vet that he hasn't been knocked out a lot. For instance, he went 5 rounds with Khabib.
Former champ.
He's like one of the only people to ever go 5 rounds with Khabib.
Yeah.
But he got knocked out by Bobby Green, and he's fighting Haqparast now. This is a fight that I can see. I haven't even looked at the over-under on this, but I can see it getting stopped.
I did bet on it.
What's the over?
I think
the
it's
over-under
gonna
is-
get stopped.
The over is a heavy favorite.
Under
2.5.
is plus 180.
The over 2.5 is the heavy favorite. So I'm not gonna bet on the over-under for it. I do like Bobby Green, and his number's been getting better.
Yeah.
So I like Bobby Green. This is another fight that it's so tough. If we're gonna say we have to go 100% for picks on the pod bet, we're gonna have like 2 bets. You know what I mean? Bobby Green money line.
We have 3.
Bobby Green money line is a fight that I really do like. I really do like him money line. But I'm not gonna say it's 100%. I'm not even gonna say it's 90%. It's like 70%.
Yeah. See, that's bad.
Right.
I'll take a 90%, 80%.
Right, and especially when he is the favorite, is it really worth throwing it on the bet? Nonetheless, that's going to be an interesting fight.
Yeah.
Whoever wins this fight might even get ranked. Lightweight division's tough to crack into, but it's
I think
it's
Derek
up
Lewis.
there.
I think we should put Derek Lewis on the pod bet.
I know, I've been thinking that. Fuck.
If we put Derek Lewis on there, we're plus 600.
If we put Derek Lewis on there and he gets knocked out, I'm going to be pissed. Royally pissed.
But it's 80%. Tai Tuivasa hasn't faced somebody like him. Derek
No.
Lewis is going to be patient. And he's going to fucking rock him.
Yeah, but he's the shoey guy.
I don't give a
The
shit.
shoey.
Yeah, the shoey ain't going to be... Yeah, you can't...
I can
You
see
can't
them.
do that
I
when
can
you're
see
when
them.
you're knocked out.
I can see them both doing a shoey after the fight.
If Derek Lewis will.
No, I can see them both doing it.
Yeah.
Steve will do it, taking off both of the shoes, walking around barefoot around fucking Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
You can see it. That's it for the main card. Those are the 5 fights of the main card. It's going to be a pretty decent main card. Obviously, the top 3 fights are really the big sell, but the other 2 are decent.
Yeah, like Casey O'Neal's going to win.
Going on to the prelims. All right. Yeah. Give me what you got for Casey O'Neal. You've been telling me.
No, I don't. I just think, up and coming, 24 years old, 3-fight win streak, 8-0, Roxanne
Modafferi.
last fight of her career, 39 years old. Go back to that. Both have 69-inch reach advantages. And
Nice. Nice.
And I think the up and coming fight is this always happens, dude. It's like Dana White's like, okay, like you want a good last fight in your career that you have a chance of winning, so I'm gonna give you this three fight win streak, 24-year-old up and coming fighter Casey O'Neal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you lose, at least you can say that you probably lost to one of the future prospects of this division.
I mean, as soon as you told me that this is going to be her last fight of her career, that kind of sells it for me. And you don't really see veterans who aren't all-time greats going out on a win. It's usually just not what happens.
Yeah. Take a sip of water, man.
Dude,
Take a
I
sip.
haven't even smoked weed today. I have fucking cotton mouth. What the hell?
Yeah. Just take a sip. Now the under 2.5 is interesting because
Casey O'Neill's
O'Neill's
finished her last 3 opponents. Not only has she finished them, but they've been under that 2.5 mark.
yes, and it's plus 160.
Not only her last 3 opponents, but her only 3 opponents in the
Yeah.
UFC. All 3 have been under 2.5.
So we could do. I'm thinking about another bet we could do.
Mm-hmm.
So our bets right now are the Adesanya under 4.5. Derek Lewis under 1.5. We could do Casey O'Neill under 2.5,
Mm-hmm.
and have that be a bet.
I don't hate that bet.
I don't hate it either, but I don't think that's the pod bet.
Can I say something real quick?
Mhm.
Mike texted in the group chat. Did you see it?
No, I'm not getting nothing.
He's watching the press conference right now.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks that the press conference goes on right at our fucking podcast every pay-per-view.
That could alright. No, but that's a good thing because we could be watching it when we're doing it.
No,
and
I know.
doing live updates. So maybe
I don't
that's a
know.
Good future implication.
Definitely. Derek Lewis just said he's going to knock out Tuivasa in the first round.
Yeah.
I thought that was worth mentioning.
Yeah, no, definitely worth mentioning. Thank you, Mike.
I like O'Neal in the under. I like
O'Neal
that.
in the under too. So right now, O'Neal
Is
Derek
minus
Lewis,
400 worth putting on the pod bet?
Yes, because it goes from plus 598 to plus 773. So we're getting pretty good number for her.
You have Adesanya, the under of Adesanya Whitaker, Lewis, and O'Neal.
Lewis and the under 1.5. O'Neal
Okay.
for plus 773.
You know how risky that is to have 4 bets on 2
It's
fights?
5.
You know how fucking risky that is?
It's 5 picks.
No, I know it's total of 5, but I'm saying just for 2 fights, have 4 bets. Picking the winners and the over-unders. Picking 2 unders.
3 unders. 3 unders.
Oh, we are picking 3 unders. Jesus. I'm not going to put all 3.
So if you put the under for Casey O'Neal on there, if you put
Oh,
the-
it's going to make it ridiculous. That's going to make
plus
it
2,000,
Yeah.
plus 2,170.
All right, so what else we had?
Bro, that's a good bet.
Andrei
though.
Arlovsky versus
That's a good.
Jared Vanderaa.
You're telling me that's not a good bet?
No, it is a good bet. Arlovsky versus Vanderaa is an interesting fight too. Vanderaa only 12-6, and he's not even 30 going against Andrei Arlovsky, he's out a 2-fight win streak.
Mm-hmm.
He's 43 years old. He's the oldest fighter in the UFC right now, and he might retire after this as well. There hasn't been any speculation on it, but it's kind of assumed. I think his last fight. Who did he get? I think he just won his last fight.
He did. He knocked him out. Remember?
He knocked out Carlos Felipe. Or no, he won by decision.
Huh.
He also beat Chase Sherman and Tanner Boat. This guy's on a 4-fight win streak right now. His last loss was against Jairzinho Rosenstruck.
And he got knocked out in 30 seconds. This guy's gonna get
Wow.
knocked out. I'm telling you right now.
I don't know, man. I don't know if he is. He's on a 4-fight win streak against some pretty decent competition. Jared Vanderaa
Canceled.
he lost to Alexander Romanov. That's a really good loss. He beat Justin Tafa, and he lost to Sergey Spivak. 2 pretty decent losses, to be honest with you. Spivak's top 15.
Yeah, and the losses that he lost, he got knocked out in. He ain't gonna get knocked out by Andrei Arlovsky. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, he totally could. I don't think he will. I think Arlovsky
I don't
will
think
win
he
by
will either.
decision. What's the
Minus 140.
is this fight even on?
Yeah, they're all on.
Where is it? Oh yeah. Over is minus 200. I like Arlovsky, to be honest with you.
No, I took him.
That's a good take. Up next, Alex Perez versus Matt Schnell. This is a fight that
Matthew Christopher Chanel to
Matthew
you.
Christopher Schnell, Mr. MCS. Matt Schnell
Why
has
is he
a
having-
good reach. He has 4-inch reach advantage on Schnell. He has 4-inch reach advantage on Perez, I should say. This fight has been canceled 2 times in a row. Schnell's last actual fight was a draw against Rogerio Bontorin.
A lot of
Oh
canceled
my
fights,
god, this
dude.
guy.
What is going on?
He lost to
2020.
Pantoja. That's a really good loss. He
Oh,
hasn't beaten anybody
Pantoja.
that's good, though. Like,
No, but he
Luis
hasn't-
Smolka's alright. But he hasn't beaten anybody of note. And Alex Perez is top 4 in the division right now. I'm pretty sure Perez's last fight was his title fight against Davison Figueiredo. Yes, it was. Okay. In which he got tapped in under 2 minutes.
Yeah, I like Alex Perez, man.
I do too.
I think I think it's smart.
I really like the
smart
over
bet.
in this though. The over 2.5 minus 105.
Really?
Yes.
100%. Dude, the over-unders are gonna kill us.
Man, they
we
really
are
are.
going to have.
They
You're gonna
really
lose
are.
all your hair, and I'm gonna get gray hair.
I really.
This is gonna be a stressful.
I do like the over though. I'm gonna go ahead and say I do like that over. Wow.
Pod bet.
Wow. That let's just write down the bets we like right now. We can trim off the fat at the end. All right, so we have 7 bets right now.
Yeah, no,
Not including Green Hawk Brost.
No, we're gonna put this as a separate bet, because we're betting all these like plus 4,333. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. $10.
I'm thinking, dude,
$20.
20 would be nice.
100
100 would be great.
would be. All right, so
Did I see that Snapchat of that girl in the casino line cashing out in front of me?
I don't think you sent it to me now. I think you put it on your story, didn't you?
No.
I was with you at the casino, you know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, $40,000.
All right.
It's possible.
William Knight versus Maxime Grishin. Swear to God, that's how you pronounce his name. William Knight, 11-2 versus the vet Grishin. I didn't know Knight was 33. Actually, I thought he was a lot younger than that. Grishin has a 5-inch reach advantage. That's pretty big. To be honest, I don't know much about these guys. I know that William Knight is like supposedly on a tear.
Yeah.
Doesn't have too much
I'm not
experience.
betting on this
but
fight.
yeah, me neither.
So, yeah, whatever.
Let's just see if there's anything to talk about it though. Is there like any big lines on the fight? No, not really. Grishin is the favorite. The over 2.5 is the favorite, so that's probably gonna go to a decision. So we don't really care. Couple more fights. This fight I really want to talk about. I'm super excited about this because I haven't really thought about it at all.
Oh yeah, okay.
Alexander Hernandez versus Renato Moicano. Now, Renato Moicano is a lifetime featherweight making his move up to lightweight. Alexander Hernandez is young, and he's been on a 2 or 3 fight win streak, and I don't know about Moicano. So let's take a look at their backgrounds real quick. Hernandez only on a 1 fight win streak. He lost to Thiago Moises last year.
You lost to Drew Dober.
Lost to Dober. That's 2 decent wins for someone on Fringe 15, though.
No, you lost to him.
No, 2 decent losses, I should say.
Yeah.
Thiago Moises
Thiago
and
Moises
Drew
kind of
Dober.
fall off. He fell off though. I mean, he was ranked 10, and then he
Right.
lost to
Right.
Makachev, which is a good loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think
And he's fighting Renato Moicano. I want to take a look at him real quick. I
Yeah.
don't think he's been as active, to be honest with you. So he beat Jay Herbert. That's pretty decent. He got knocked out by Fazeev. That's right.
Yeah, which he's fighting soon too, huh?
He got
Next
knocked
week?
out by
Next
Korean
week?
Zombie. He got knocked out by Jose Aldo. He beat Cub Swanson. Beat Calvin Kattar. So he's actually doing better than I thought. Hernandez, I just like because he's supposed to be an up-and-comer, and I've been all about fucking prospects lately.
But you should be.
But Moicano is honestly, he has a better record than I thought. Herbert's a big win. Fazeev's a good loss. I don't know who Hadzovic is. Chen Sung Jung's a good loss. Jose Aldo's a good loss.
He's
And
fought
then
some
Cub
good
Swanson and
opponents.
Calvin Kattar are great wins in 2018. Ortega's a great loss. Beat Stevens.
Dude,
He's beating everybody he should be, which makes me think that maybe he will be Hernandez. The fact that I was thinking Hernandez and now I'm switching my mind makes me hesitant to put it either way.
I wouldn't even touch it if I'm being completely honest. Just because you've gone back and forth already, and I haven't even spoken any words.
Under 2.5 is the favorite. Over
Yeah.
2.5 is plus 125.
Moicano's
Moicano's the favorite.
I'm not touching this fight.
I might put
I
put Moicano on a bet, like just throwing around some parlays.
I might put my Moicano on a bet, but I'm not
No, I'm not betting.
I'm not putting him on our bet slip right now. I'm not.
And then we got one more fight to talk about. There's a couple other fights that we're not really going to mention from the early prelims. If you want to hear more about it, we're going to be tweeting about it. Go follow us on our Twitter at @complete_MMA. We're also going to be putting out our full pod bets there. And any other advice, you can also contact us, DM us and stuff. I've been DMing with a bunch of different pages and anybody on comments. So if you want any advice on betting, I can also point you to some other pages. And obviously, we're going to post what we bet. But yeah, go give us a follow on @complete_MMA. You want to talk about your boy?
I don't really know what really to say, dude.
Oh, you didn't even bet on Malkoun. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so AJ Dobson versus
I
Jacob
bet on
Malkoun.
the guy that's undefeated.
Malkoun was 4-0 when he entered the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
He lost to Phil Hawes pretty badly, and then since then he's 2-0.
It's pretty good for a loss.
No, it is a decent loss, especially in your debut in UFC.
Yeah.
And he's 2-0 since then. He's now fighting AJ Dobson, who's 6-0. Dobson's gonna have a 3-inch reach advantage. Malkoun, 4 years younger. Should be an interesting fight. I think this one gets stopped early, honestly. If the over-under is 2.5, I would like that under. It is 2. The under's the favorite. That one I'm going to put on my slip for now just because I like it. I'm not sure.
Under? I do like the under in that fight.
I'm going to put a bunch of picks that I just like, and then
Yeah,
I'll
the
decide.
under.
I'll decide later which ones I'm actually going to take.
Yeah.
And it is the favorite. And I do expect these guys to come out swinging.
I do too. This could be like
AJ
a first
Dobson
round.
being over 6 feet and Jacob Malkoun being 5'8", which is what, like 5'10".
Yeah, 5'10".
Has Jacob Malkoun fought somebody taller than him like that?
He fought Phil Hawes, who I'm pretty sure Phil Hawes is taller than him, actually.
This guy got knocked. Oh no, he's gonna fight him.
Yeah. I mean, 2 to 3 inches isn't a terrible mismatch, especially in the middleweight division.
Yeah. Plus 7,600. Oh my god.
I got
to the
plus
bank.
12,000 right here. I got 9 bets.
I got 9. I got 8 bets, and I got plus 7.
What don't you have on here?
No, I think I added one that you don't have. Did you take the under for Dobson Malkoun?
Yeah, I have 8.
Oh, I put Renato Moicano money line.
Yeah, I have plus
7,600.
I have plus 12,155.
What the fuck?
Oh, Makata?
Yeah, Moicano. That's one I'm not sure I'm gonna put on anything. I just want to have the bets that I like on
I put
here, so
Casey
remember.
O'Neill. Did you put Casey O'Neill on there?
Yeah, I put Casey O'Neill and the under.
Okay.
All right, so now we have those. Now we just gotta make some picks. But
Yeah.
before we do that, I want to brush over the next 2 weeks and real quick just see if there's anything that we really like. Now, here's the only problem: Sportsbook RI does not have the next fights up yet.
I know. That's kind of pissing me off. I checked that out.
Do you want to know why? We talked about this last time we were at the casino. Darush Makachev is in 2 weeks. If that fight was up in the sportsbook, I would absolutely throw Makachev in the pot.
Yeah, obviously.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what they're definitely thinking. I would also, Johnny Walker versus Jamal Hill is an interesting fight next week. That's very interesting. So is Dos Anjos Fiziev. I think Fiziev's going to win that fight.
Yeah.
I'm paying attention.
Yeah, you're good. I would be honestly down to put a parlay of the next 2 fight nights as soon as they come out next week. I would assume that the sportsbook's not just going to not put out MMA fights for a week or something.
No, that's what I mean. Like, they're fucking business. They better.
Right. So, I like Fiziev. I'm going to think about Walker Hill a little bit more, but right now I'm saying Jamal Hill. And then I like Makachev, obviously. So those are bets to look for in the future. But as we do before every single pay-per-view before the pay-per-view live reactions that we do for every single pay-per-view, we are going to put our pod bet down in writing so that we can get a real feel for it. I'm out of paper towels, aren't I? Let me get that. Did you blow your nose with this?
No. Threw that out. Yeah. Come on.
All right. So we have 9
I'm
bets.
trying to buy an NFT right
We
now.
have 8 to 9 bets. I'm
Yes.
putting the ones that we're sure about up first. So we got Adesanya. We have
Under 4.5.
what's next? O'Neal money line.
O'Neal.
And I think that's it really for slams.
Yeah.
Unless you want to throw Lewis on there, which I wouldn't say is like 100%. Those three I think are 100%.
Oh, the under 1.5 for Lewis.
Yeah, right. Okay. Now, what is this? What is just those four? Do you have the sportsbook up?
No, I'm trying to buy something.
Okay.
I just because I got like 15 minutes.
I'm just gonna get this ready. All right, Adesanya under 4.5 for that fight. Casey O'Neal and under 1.5 for Louis Tuvasa is plus 472. That's a normal range for our pod bet, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Barring all the lines stay the same throughout the next 2 days, which I'm sure they won't. Now, what bets do we like? A little bit less, but we still like.
Oh my god.
Derek Lewis money line. We also like
I'm not gonna get the text.
Modafferi O'Neal over.
Oh, I'm not gonna be able to get it. That's so retarded.
Oh, under for Modafferi O'Neal.
Sorry. Excuse my language.
We also liked, the over for Perez Schnell is interesting. There was one more. Was that it for the ones we really like? I think it was, yeah. And then the rest of the bets that we like are we gonna put money on Brunson at all?
I'm gonna bet on him on separate bets.
Okay. So
Yes.
I'm gonna put Brunson. I'm gonna put Green. I'm gonna put Phillips Rojo over 2.5. And then Cannonier Brunson over under 2.5 rounds. I really like the over, man. I really do like that over.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I like the over.
I'm gonna group that in group 2, we'll say.
Okay. I think Brunson's gonna have to take him down though.
I think he will too, just not as much as he maybe hopes to. I think he'll get 1 or 2 takedowns, which might be enough. All right, so we got 10 bets. We got 10 bets that are pretty confident, and I'm going to look up each of them because, to be honest with you, I might put these 4 slips in and then work around them for the rest.
Yeah.
All right, so in our good chance but not 100%, we have Brunson Cannonier over. We have Modafferi O'Neal over. And we have Derek Lewis. And that's plus 365, which is actually pretty good.
That is pretty good.
For just 3 bets?
Yeah. It's not terrible
No, it's not.
for ones that you're like iffy about.
Right. Alright, so what else do we got?
The under.
I'm just gonna put like all.
You did put the under 2.5 in there.
Under
That's
2.5
only
for
plus
what?
365 for the under 2.5 in the O'Neal at plus 160.
I don't think I took the over. I'm pretty sure I did the under. Under, the over in that, and Derek
It's
Lewis.
definitely way more than plus 265.
Oh, you're right. I must have taken the over.
Yeah.
It's plus 693.
Yeah. That sounds.
It's a little bit better.
No, yeah, because I was like, wait a minute, it's like half of the under.
Alright, and then Brunson Green and the over and Phillips Rojo is not popping up right now. How many tickets did you take Bobby Green on so far?
Not a lot.
No.
No, I have him. Because I don't have that much faith in him. I took him on one ticket. I put him on Derek Lewis, Adesanya, Bobby Green, and the under 4.5 for Adesanya on it.
Plus 859.
Brunson, Green, and the Phillips over 2.5.
The over is the underdog and Brunson's the underdog.
That's not bad.
Isn't it crazy that the ones we're sure on have the worst odds and the ones that we're farthest apart have the best? Crazy how life happens, huh?
That means we're on the right track, no?
Yeah. No, it absolutely does.
I mean, all right, we gotta give ourselves a little pat on the back. We have been on, which makes me nervous that we
have
cannot
been
keep this up for long, but maybe we can't.
But we've also
Plus, we put in our time.
From the time we started, we've done so much more research, and we just know what's happened in the last year and a half.
Yeah, you kind of just know what's going on with fighters in
Right.
general. Like, you can kind of dictate.
At this
how they're
point,
gonna
we
do.
really almost know as much about MMA as we do football. Like, we really do.
Yeah, probably.
Fucking getting there.
Maybe.
Alright, now I'm going to do something real quick. I'm going to mark
Know a lot more football history.
history, sure. I'm going to mark underdogs that we like. Brunson's an underdog.
Can we do an over and under bet?
Over is an underdog. Yes, we definitely can. Montefiore O'Neal under is an underdog, right?
Hmm.
Louis Tuivasa under.
No. It's minus
the
160.
favorite. Yep. O'Neal's the favorite. Izzy Whitaker over
Is
under.
the underdog at plus 110.
Under is, yeah. And then I think the Rojo is also the over for
Minus
Rojo.
105, which is the underdog, because it's minus 115 for the. Oh wait.
So out of our 10 bets, we have 5 underdogs, 5 favorites. All right, then. That makes me feel a little better.
I got an 8-teamer with 7,600 right now on it. I gotta just ride it, dude. So you like the over? Oh, the over in the Rojo is plus 135.
Mm-hmm.
You like that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And then you
I
also
have it down here for a reason. It's one of the ones I'm least confident in now.
And you like Marciano.
Who?
Plus 28,000, bro.
Who?
Bro, if that hits.
Marciano?
Yeah, Marciano. Yeah.
Oh, Moicano.
Moicano,
Yeah.
sorry.
You're good. All right, so an over-under? Adesanya Whitaker under. Tuivasa Lewis under.
Do red. No, I don't mind. It's too late.
Montefiore O'Neal under.
Circle it. Alright, let's stop.
And then, I mean, Cannonier Brunson over. Well, red is over.
Yeah.
Perez Chanel, I kind of like the over. Phillips Rojo, I kind of like the over.
Well, we have it marked down already.
Perez Chanel. I think Perez could finish him.
Yeah, me too. 2.5. I think that's an under, bro. I think Perez finishes him.
I don't want him. I don't like that at all, honestly. The over under, like, the biggest reason I like the over is because they're flyweights, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Arlovsky, Vanderaa, I like that over.
Yeah, I like the over.
But it's
now.
heavyweight.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, so I think those are. I'm good with taking 5 over-unders. When you got more unders than overs, you're.
I thought we were
kind
just
of
gonna do
overselling.
these that we have on there.
I know, but you said you want to do an over-under bet, so I just kind of marked that.
Oh, okay,
like just
yeah,
to
yeah.
show what we're doing.
Yeah. Yo, $100 on plus 28,000. Yo, imagine getting paid out $28,000 and you walk out of there a fucking G.
I'm walking out of there. I'm bringing 5 or 6 guys with me. Like, you guys just make a circle around me. We're gonna all fucking shuffle over to my car. Paying each $200 if no one touches me.
No, don't do that. You just quietly walk out.
Yeah, that's probably what that girl wanted to do. Meanwhile, behind her, we're just taking snaps of fucking winnings. Like, fuck out of here, guys.
No way. I was just like, that was crazy.
Alright.
That was so crazy.
So, pod bet. Adesanya, Izzy Whitaker under, O'Neal, Lewis Tuivasa under.
Yeah. Do we put Lewis on there? So. No.
It's a pod bet. You
a
said it
pod
yourself, you have to be 100% confident.
You're 100%.
I think we should just keep those 4. I think that should be the pod bet.
Okay. I wish we had better odds,
Right now,
but it is the pod bet. And
Plus 500 odds ain't bad for our pod bets. We usually get somewhere between 300 and 700.
last week was a massive one, dude.
Yeah, you had a better pod bet than I did. You had the Figueiredo Moreno one on there, and I didn't.
I had the over.
Yeah, I should have pulled the trigger on that.
I thought that was part of the pod.
No, it was, but when I got there, I was just like, I'm not gonna take that.
Oh, fuck you! You
Right.
gotta ride that shit.
Right,
You
exactly.
deserve it, then. Oh, you gotta ride it.
I'm gonna put. I like these 3 bets all separate though.
You gonna put 100 on each?
No, I'm gonna put 3 units, 50 beans. I might put a cool unit on this. I might put a cool unit.
I might too.
And then this one I'm thinking like $20. 10. Yeah, this is a 20, and then I'll put
That's
a
a
couple
20.
tens.
That's a 20.
I'll put a couple tens.
It might be a 25er.
Yeah.
So Israel Adesanya under 4.5, under 1.5 for Derek Lewis. Casey O'Neal under 2.5 in that fight. Over 2.5 in Perez versus Schnell. Under 2.5 in AJ Dobson. Over 2.5 in the Kyler Phillips.
Oh,
And-
that's right. Malkoon, Dobson, we didn't put here, but we did like that under. Yep.
Yeah, and Marciano.
Makano, yep.
Marcano. That is a 10-teamer. Plus 28,700 odds.
It's decent.
Can we ride that? Can we both ride that? The same exact bet?
$10, sure.
Yeah.
Are we going to the casino tonight? Is that what you're telling me?
We're going tonight, yeah. If you think we weren't. I'm down to get, if you're down to get like a beer, I'll get like food or something.
Yeah, sure.
Not the casino,
Oh, no, is
the
it
fucking
the-
locals.
Malkoon, Dobson, is that 2.5?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, now you like it even more, huh? Yeah. I think that I really like the under 2.5 in the Malcolm Dobson.
Yeah,
I mean, that is almost a 100%er if I'm not front.
I wouldn't go that far, but I do like it. All right, that's gonna do it. Pod
Yeah.
bet: Adesanya versus Whitaker under. Casey O'Neal, Lewis versus Tuivasa under.
Yeah.
I'm feeling some unders this card. I'm feeling some unders. All right, so make sure you follow us on our Twitter so you can get the full scoop when we put in our pod bet.
Yeah. What's wrong with
Pod
you?
bet.
What the heck's going on?
I ate right before you came over.
Oh,
probably.
yeah.
And definitely come check out our live reaction stream we're going to be doing on February 12th, Saturday, for the pay-per-view UFC 271. We're going to be live streaming somewhere between 9 and 10 o'clock, all the way through. We're going to be doing that for pay-per-view, so come check us out. It's the fucking 272. So the next pay-per-view we got, just jumping forward real quick right at the end here, is UFC 272, main evented by Covington versus Masvidal. That's going to be on March 5th. Bryce Mitchell versus Edson Barboza in the co-mainer. So far, there'll probably be a fight added to it. But yeah, that's the show, guys. Thank everybody for tuning in. We're going to be back next Thursday, every Thursday at 7 p.m., and we'll be back for our live reactions Saturday, February 12th for UFC 272.
You doing that
Hope
here?
everyone wins some bets. Yeah, we're going to do that here. Hope everyone wins some bets. Hope you go follow us on Twitter so you can see
Yeah,
our
hope you
bets.
ride our bets because we're
And-
fucking winning.
And good hunting. Yeah, here's 4 for 5.
4 for
Get it.
5. I'll take it. I think 4 for 4 sounds better after this.
Nah, it would be 4 for 4.
Yeah, it would.
Nah, because